gonna be able to sign into that right now. I'm just gonna wait for everybody else. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I'm gonna wait for more comments, but I tried to kind of pre-plan my answers to these questions, and I'll probably do it again at some point. Alright. So, a month ago, I did a community tab post. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do a Q&A tab. Give me all your questions. Geek questions, get to know me questions, movie questions, hot take questions, everything. I did that, and I got 16 comments. A lot of them had multiple questions. Some people did 5 questions, others did 3, others did 4, others did 6 of them. So we're gonna answer them all in this stream. Kind of give you guys kind of a live look, I guess. Just because I was kind of in a position of answering them like this instead of just having to type out all my answers and do nothing else with it. And plus, this may inspire others to do another one. So we have comments from a bunch of people. We have comments from Wing Unicorn, Now Nicole, Mitchell, James, my informant, Zuma fan, Geek, Aussie, Local Aussie Weed, Ribbon, Amazing 404, Nick 2010, and Nick Hicks himself. So, and then I can answer some questions here as well. Since, I mean, the live stream is basically your questions, my answers. So, I think we're gonna kind of go down the list. Like, we're gonna go from the top all the way down. So, Wing Unicorn's 5 questions will be first, and then Nick Hicks stuff will be last. So, first question that Wing Unicorn asked. What is your favorite artist as of recently? Ed Sheeran and Justin Timberlake. I'm more of a pop person. I do have interest in a bunch of other genres of music, but pop is mainly my music. I'm not exactly into rap too much. I like country stuff enough, so that's kind of a close second. I'm not exactly fully into Latino music, but I don't know exactly. But Ed Sheeran and Justin Timberlake, those are the main 2 right now. If I ever change my artists, I'll probably let you guys know. Question 2. If you could be any genre of troll, what would you be? A pop troll. That was the easiest answer I could give. Favorite video you made can be from any year. So, my favorite series today is the Paralleling Poppy series. I think those are very well-made videos. Right now, if I had to exclude all the stuff that's coming out next year, I think my favorite video is probably is probably the B Goes On versus Trollstopia video. I really like those videos. I really like that video, even though my editing could have been slightly better. I like the Owl House review for its content, but I don't like the Owl House review's editing. I rest that. Got any favorite characters? If so, which ones can be from any show or movie? Kind of tough. Because if I had to describe my favorite character in a book, it'd be Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. If I had to describe a favorite character in like a Disney movie, I choose Judy Hopps. In a Trolls product, I would say Poppy. I usually prioritize story more than anything else, because character influences story. Like, that's what's important. But that one's one that I'm gonna have to really think about more as I analyze the media that I view. So, and then 5, if you could pick any superpower, what would it be? Teleportation, because then I wouldn't have to drive my car and I wouldn't have to waste gas money. I could just teleport to places I've been. I could be fast travel and use that as an excuse. I could sleep in as much as possible. Get dressed, teleport there, and I'm ready. Wouldn't that be nice? So, to answer Wing Unicorn's questions again, what are your favorite artists as of recently? Ed Sheeran and Justin Timberlake as of right now, but if that changes, I'll let you know. If you could be any genre of troll, what would you be? A pop troll. Favorite video you made can be from any year. Paralleling Poppy is my favorite series so far, but that may change. I'm not sure yet. And then my favorite video so far, if I had to reflect on all of them, if I excluded the Paralleling Poppy videos, I would say the Trolls The Beat Goes On versus Trollstopia video. And then if you could pick any superpower, it would be teleportation. So that's Winged Unicorn down. Any future reviews or videos you are most excited to make? I'm most excited about the Zootopia 2 and Trolls Band Together review so far. Now it's time for Now or Nicole's questions. This is the first time that Now or Nicole has actually engaged with my channel in a really long time, so much appreciated, Nicole. I appreciate it. Best moments of 2025. When I got to go on 2 different camping trips, and when I got to watch Zootopia 2. Those are my main ones. Though I really like a lot of the live streams that we did this year, especially since that was the main content that was kind of put out this year. If you were any type of dog breed, what would you be? A German Shepherd, because I love German Shepherds. What is the worst movie you've ever seen? I know I'm gonna get to way worse movies in a sec. Like, when I go through my Nostalgia Critic binge list, like, I watch the movies that he watched and then watch his reviews. I know I'm going to get to a bunch of really bad ones, but I think my least favorite movie that I've seen so far is, it's tough. Comedy-wise, disaster movie. I really don't like disaster movie. Story-wise, probably Fan 4-Stick. Because I hated Madam Web a lot, but I feel like Madam Web is ridiculously dumb. So that's kind of tough. I know I'm going to get to a bunch of worse ones. For example, I know for a fact I'm going to get to Food Fight at some point, and it's going to be the worst animated film ever. And at some point, I'm going to get to Garbage Pail Kids movie. And that's going to be the worst live action thing ever. But we'll see how that goes. Question 4. Do you think there will be any more Trolls films in the future? If so, what do you hope to see? Whether a Trolls 4 happens is going to depend on audience reception. And I think it's also going to depend on the sales of the movie. Because it did fine in the theaters, but I don't know if it did quite enough to fully cement that a Trolls 4 is going to happen. But I want to hold out hope that there probably will be, but I don't want the franchise to go on that long. I would want it to go more into Poppy's like childhood backstory, because we already saw branches. And the Snack Pack members don't really get that much screen time anyway, regardless of how much screen time you give them in the 2D products. I just feel like going into Poppy's stuff would be interesting, because we don't know that much about her. Like, we see her as a baby, for sure. And we also, time jump all the way to, when she's an adult in the first one. But we don't know much about her own childhood. So that would be interesting to kind of explore a bit. I would also kind of like to go a little more into Broadway, because they're like an official couple and they kissed, so it'd be interesting to kind of see more of their relationship, probably going up to the marriage part, but I don't know. It's going to depend on the time jump, though, because, very similar to how Zootopia 2 could have easily been a story that jumped years into the future after the first one. Instead, they decided to do, it's 1 week after the original, and as a result, it makes sense for Nick and Judy to be in the positions they were in. And trust me, I'm going to debunk that shit with Gavin Evans in a couple days or so when I get the script done and recorded and edited. So, and then the one that I looked at that I think was going to be the toughest one to answer. If there was an ice cream theme after you, what flavor would it be and what toppings would it have? That's kind of tough. I don't usually prefer toppings on my ice cream at all. Though I prefer chocolate myself. I always prefer chocolate ice cream. So, yet again, best moments of 25. 2 camping trips in Zootopia 2. But the live streams were kind of an honorable mention because I had fun with those. If you were any type of dog breed, what would you be? A German Shepherd. What is the worst movie you've ever seen? Fan 4 Stick. Do you think there will be any more Trolls movies in the future? I hope so. And if so, what do you hope to see? More Poppy backstory. I don't really know what more you could do with the franchise at that point. If there was an ice cream themed after you, what flavor would it be? What toppings would it have? Chocolate with no toppings at all, because I'm kind of bland that way. So that's Nicole's down. Mitchell's is next. Thoughts on Charlie Cox? He's a great actor. I love him. I mainly love him in Daredevil because I'm predictable like that. Do you have plans on playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33 since it has Charlie Cox? I didn't even know that he was in that, so I don't know exactly. I don't know about the game, so I don't know if it'll interest me, but we'll see how that goes. Any favorite Charlie Cox media that is not Daredevil? Nope. I only know him via Daredevil. So shows you how well inversed into Charlie Cox I actually am. So again, thoughts on Charlie Cox? Good. He's a good actor. I love him. He's a British guy, but he plays American so well. Do you have plans on playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33 since it has Charlie Cox? I don't know. We'll see. And any favorite Charlie Cox media that's not Daredevil? I don't have any. James Weir, favorite live stream you've ever done? Uh-oh. This is tough. There are way too many live streams that I did that would be really fun, honestly. I liked the Poppy Playtime live streams. I plan on doing more games at some point, more game live streams. I don't know though. I think my favorite live stream. I'm actually going to group this into multiples. I think my favorite live streams that I've done are the ones debunking Alex. Speaking of which, I saw his best videos. It sucks. Because of course it does. So James, my favorite live stream that I've ever done, so far the Alex live streams. Though that may change someday, I'm not sure. Will you give Toy Story 5 a chance? Asks my informant. I'll probably watch it just to see what they do with it. But I don't think it's going to be good. From Zuma fan, what is your perfect life? Oh man, that's a deep one. So my perfect life would be I get to do more acting stuff because I always wanted to be more of an aspiring actor. I mean, I literally posted a bunch of acting practice videos across Instagram that you guys can check out. I believe that I'm really good at sounding similar to the character that I'm trying to play. Like if I try to act as Nick Wilde, I do a really good job sounding very similar to Jason Bateman. If I try to, when I do like the Perfect for Me song, I sound just like Justin Timberlake. And all this stuff are things that you can go find on my Instagram. I do a lot of acting stuff there. And I practiced. No, you didn't miss your questions. I love practicing acting. I love getting better at it the more I practice. A lot of people have said that I'm good at it, and that makes me happy because I strive to improve and get better. Maybe I'll be noticed someday, who knows? But if I ever get noticed, I would love to be a celebrity that that understands what regular people kind of go through. Because a lot of times people kind of scorn on celebrities for being like rich millionaires that barely have to work a day in their lives. So why would they ever care about, like, why would you ever relate to a celebrity at all? And my answer would be that a celebrity is still a person with their own beliefs and political ideologies and emotions. Like every other typical person, they just manage to get themselves noticed in one way or another to eventually like start doing the career that they eventually got involved in. My ideal acting would be to star in a Trolls 4 and to star in a Zootopia 3. But I don't know. I would love to do more. I would love to do YouTube for full time. I would love to do YouTube full time while still being able to get acting gigs where I could focus all my time into doing acting for a lot of big companies, whether it be Disney or Marvel or something. That'd be ideal, especially since I literally, while I got a major in sociology, I actually got to do a minor in acting. And I did a lot of classes. I did like the business of acting, script analysis, acting for the camera class. God, there's a lot. There was a whole lot of acting classes that I did that I'm struggling to remember because I graduated college 3 years ago. So it's hard to describe the perfect life because no life is ever really perfect. In fact, I would reframe the question as, what is my ideal life? Because no person's life is ever going to be perfect. It's just going to depend on your character, whether you make your life a shithole by, just being a bad person, or if you make something of yourself, learn from your own mistakes, and like push yourself hard enough to where you achieve said goals. It's why I want 2026 to be kind of the year where I expand more of my acting and my YouTube capabilities. It's going to take a lot of practice. And it's going to take a lot of script writing to get better at writing. It's going to take a lot of acting to get better at acting. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Now we're on Geeks questions. When did you really feel like your channel was becoming big? So, I felt like my channel was becoming big in between the Paw Patrol era and the Trolls era, because that was where I started getting more of my audiences. And that was where I started feeling like I got more of my friends, especially because I did not meet Ethan and Mighty Pups fanboy Dakota until until I got to Paw Patrol stuff. I didn't even meet Angel Ice Storm or Alan or Animal Pop Pony and a bunch of these other people that I did collabs with until I got to the Paw Patrol stuff. And while I eventually grew out of Paw Patrol, the show eventually, because I felt like from season 5 and onwards, they just kind of repeated the same status quo formula of like, let's kind of put in new ideas that we could keep doing for like a whole lot of episodes, like Mission Paw and Air Patrol and Sea Patrol and all that other shit. And let's just kind of do it for like 2 or 3 episodes and then we'll never do it again. Or let's introduce a new Paw Patrol member and then never do it again. Like have them kind of be there for like, have them kind of utilized for a while, and then after that, just never utilize them again. Like, only have them as a side character from time to time. It's like Paw Patrol. You have so much at your disposal. You have the ability to be creative with your world and you do nothing. So, I don't know, like, you have a gold mine and you barely use it. And that's missed potential in my eyes. Like, I get frustrated. Like, even the people that I trust who said that, oh, they made it through season 5, said that around 6 and 7 and 8, all that shit, when they get to all that, I hate that they get to all that by the time that, by the time they got to those seasons, they were just like, goodbye. They were just like, yeah, this series sucks now. Goodbye. Why did the stream cut out right when you were answering my questions? It seems like it's flowing just fine for me, so I don't know if it's your internet. Because I don't think that's happened for anybody else. Otherwise, I'd see more complaints. You know? Like, I'd see more people saying, lag, this is not working, I don't know. So, I'm sorry about that, Geek, but I promise I'll answer it again. When did you really feel like your channel was becoming big? Between the Paw Patrol era and the Trolls era. Because I met a good majority of my friends through the Paw Patrol era and the Trolls era. And I garnered most of my viewership through those 2 franchises. I started with Star vs. the Forces of Evil Season 3. But from there, I was definitely more experimental. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was really trying to figure out myself. And eventually I did develop more of a pattern going into the Paw Patrol and Troll stuff. Like, I developed more of my analysis critiquing. And then I started being more open about the franchises I watch. Like, I developed an interest in kind of watching the franchise from beginning to end in timeline order and seeing how much of an impact on pop culture it makes. But I kind of exploded into a multi-fandom guy after those 2. So those 2 are when I felt like the channel was becoming big. What was your favorite point in your history of YouTube? My paralleling poppy stream. My paralleling poppy videos. Those were some of my best. I think those were my favorite points. that peaked. That was like one of the biggest peaks I've had on the channel. Everybody was supporting it. Everybody was like sharing like Instagram posts and art that they made of me, of my OC defending Poppy, because that was fun. That's really nice. It felt like there was a lot of universal support behind me doing that series, and I got to help out more people with. I got to kind of let Arfa shine in the spotlight, who was my previous editor, and they were a partner of mine that eventually we kind of broke up after a bunch of stuff. And even then, we kind of figured out eventually that we were never going to work as a couple. Like, we've talked in private, and I've apologized multiple times for the times that I fucked up with Arfa, but we both agreed that it was never going to work out. We both agreed that we both were kind of in a position where we had different life goals, and sometimes it was even the politics of it all, because Arfa comes from Iran and I come from the US, so there was always going to be politics stuff that kind of got in the way of us ever really being full on. Though Arfa says that I'm a really nice guy and that that I'm lovely. You get the idea. But I still felt bad that with Paralleling Poppy episode 8 part 2, it was a situation of I wanted to go ambitious, but going ambitious kind of screwed with their mental health a bit, because they felt like they put in a little too much work. And if I were told that earlier, I would have changed up the idea and would have gotten the same result. So I felt bad about that, and I've apologized to Arfa plenty of times about a lot of this stuff. And I still feel apologetic and empathetic and sad that it was that I kind of like screwed up in that sense. It was a shortcoming in mine. But what is your favorite thing you've ever reviewed? I think my favorite thing that like blew the fuck up was the Gem Day video. Like, that video, it has insane viewership, insane like counter. Like, that was a crazy thing. Though I know that I will peak, honestly. I can't wait for the day that I do like an acting thing or a review and an actor from the movie recognizes it and they love it. Like, that will be literal peak for me until I become an actor alongside them, that would be interesting. What are you thinking of doing a re-review of? Oh wait, hold on. What's your favorite thing you ever reviewed? Oh yeah, I already answered it. What are you thinking of doing a re-review of? Trollstopia, because I don't know if my opinion's changed or not. Because there are times when people could be... There are times when people can absolutely be younger. You know what I mean? Like, they're younger and they do a review of something and then they do a re-review after watching it twice. And then when you watch it like 3 or 4 more times as a result... you feel like, what is my opinion going to change on this? Like, is there a slight deviation from what I think, or no? I don't know. So to answer this again, when did you feel like your channel was becoming big? Paw Patrol and Trolls era. What's your favorite point in your history of YouTube? The Paralleling Poppy series, even though it wasn't fully perfect. I'm always going to defend that Arfa was a really good editor for me. I'm going to defend that no matter what. And Arfa is also way smarter than me, so I'm going to give her that. I'm going to give him that. What is your favorite thing you ever reviewed? Viewer-wise, my favorite thing was Gem Day. And then there was a lot of other things that I reviewed, so... What are you thinking of doing a re-review on Trollstopia? Aussie Weave. What is your favorite animation studio? I don't really have a favorite, because all animation studios have their pros and cons. Illumination treats their animators well, and they have a really consistent style. But the con is that a lot of their movies feel the same. Like a lot of the same human designs, probably some of the same animal designs. A lot of it is by the CEO. They make mediocre mid movies that aren't terrible, but they're not exactly the greatest. DreamWorks is inconsistent, usually. I don't like Disney in regards to their business stuff right now, and I don't like how Disney butchered Star Wars. I don't like how Disney is slowly killing the MCU in one way or another. But when Disney actually puts effort into shit, I actually like Disney at times. Like with Zootopia 2. So I can't really answer that question. I don't really have a favorite animation studio exactly. If I had to choose one though, I'd probably say Pixar. Pixar was very consistent at points. There were eras of Pixar that I felt like were good and then weren't good, and they got better again. For example, Toy Story all the way up to about the 2000s, like right around Toy Story 2, was the era of we're trying to kind of figure ourselves out. It was the situation of trying to figure shit out. Like, oh, well, we get a really good Toy Story movie, and then we get a middle of the road Bugs Life movie. And then we're like, was this a lucky fluke? And then they do Toy Story 2, and it's great. And then from there, they skip to the 2000s, and they do like Monsters Inc. and Finding Nemo and The Incredibles and Ratatouille and a bunch of those other movies that remained really consistent for a period of time. And then by the time they got to the 2010s era, like right after 2010 when Toy Story 3 released, was the era in which Pixar made very mediocre movies, like Cars 2 and Brave and Monsters University. And then they made Inside Out, which was great, and then made Good Dinosaur, which was mid. And then kind of got back on track for the late 2010s until we got to Toy Story 4, which is more of a movie that, yes, is solid with its animation, but its story is just... story infuriates me. And then we have the 2020s that I haven't seen yet. So I'd say Pixar is my favorite. What is your favorite spin-off film or series? God, I unfortunately can't really answer that. That's kind of a tough one to ask. I don't really know what my favorite spin-off film or series is anyway. I don't really know exactly. I can't really remember, so I don't think I have one as of right now. What's your favorite Trolls character? Poppy. What is your personal favorite video made by Paw Xbox? Ooh, an interesting one. What is my favorite video that my editor did? That's a tough one because he's made a bunch of really good ones going into this year. I think that his Star Catcher video is fucking hilarious. I like his Star Catcher video. It's fun. I kind of helped him with the sound effect. Like I kind of helped him find that so he could put it in the video. And then he also acknowledges espionage at the end, which is really fun. So you could say that one, but I do like some of the drama videos because like he and I are kind of a team, and we always discuss that drama shit before he does a video on it, and a lot of it is our collective thoughts. Now we're on to Canadian Ribbons questions. The Grammys only nominated Dispatch for Best Indie Game and nothing else. What are your thoughts? I'm okay with it. Honestly, I'm okay with it. I've heard a lot of good things about Dispatch. Have you seen it? Welcome to Derry yet? I've been hearing a lot of great things about it, so I may watch it, especially because I'm a horror fan. What is your pick for Best Picture before the Golden Globes nomination announcement? Animation wise or live action wise? Because if it's live action, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to really tell you. I don't know. I don't think I know. I'm sorry. Amazing 404. Since you like Dispatch, have you actually played the game or watched videos about the game? I watched videos about the game. Will you join in Alejandro's streams again? Maybe. When he gets the problem of trolls constantly fucking coming in and showing you know what, once he fixes that issue, I probably will at some point. But I don't know. I'm not exactly the most invested in Alejandro's content exactly, but maybe if he like improves more enough, maybe I will. Maybe my shit will actually get him more viewership, I guess. Have you played the Injustice games? Probably one Injustice game, though I usually stuck more to Mortal Kombat. There was one moment where I played Mortal Kombat on my phone, and I built up and up and up and up, and I had Jason Voorhees as one of my main guys that I always fight with, and that was a blast. I love it. Nick 2010. Are you sad that Trolls The Beat Goes On is removed from Netflix? I'm more sad that they barely got it on to DVD and Blu-ray and shit before they removed it from Netflix. Because that guarantees that Trolls The Beat Goes On slowly becomes lost media unless you're able to pirate it and put it on somewhere like Flixster, per se. So that kind of blows. Are you looking forward to Paw Patrol the Dino movie? I look forward to it enough. Mainly for backstory stuff with the pups. The stories are just kind of, they're just mid. They're okay. If you had to pick a great year for your YouTube channel, what is your favorite? Hold on. I have to figure out something real fast. Oh wait, play this. Mute that for a moment. When did that come out? Got it. 2021 was my favorite year. Because that was the year that the Paraline Poppy videos came out. 2021 was one of my favorite years of YouTube ever. So, there you go. Now I gotta get back to the questions. Meanwhile, let me try and answer some of these questions on my screen. Godly. Hello, what's up? Hi. Hello, Goat. Thank you. Spineless Coward. Despite your co-star, I don't know why he associates me with this Game of the Year thing. Hi, Party Planner Nick Wild. Ha. Thanks. Yay, that's me. My answer to Winged Unicorn's first question would be Queen, Radiohead, and Oasis. Those are good ones. Would you ever have recorded your voice impressions? I don't know. How would you feel if Viva Branch? Shut up! Don't ask me questions like that, please. Great news! I'm on Christmas break. Nice. Time travel. Any future reviews or videos you're excited to make? I already answered that one. Who would you rather pick to be teammates to help you fight crime? I don't know who those two characters are. I'm excited for the Zootopia 2 review, mainly to see you and Canadian Ribbon together. It'll be fun. Trust me, it'll be fun. Favorite moment of 25 was when I got to see a lot of my family at a family gathering back in June. Those are always nice. People vs. George Lucas is my least favorite movie. I can kind of see that. There's a certain film I refuse to watch, but I know it's the absolute worst. Interesting. Wonder what it is. Would you ever love to direct a Clair Expedition 33 movie adaptation one day? That is, if I ever even get into the game. How would you feel if Trolls 4 ends up being an Avenger-style film? I don't really think that would be the best thing for Trolls. I'm sorry. I recommend watching gameplay videos for Expedition 33 if it interests you. We'll see. Stop talking about the therapy comic. I'm getting sick of that question. Did I miss my questions? No. Exactly, I agree with you. Thank you. Admire your passion. Thank you. If you ever have a great editor to edit your own movie, would it be Ethan or Dakota? Ethan. Dakota uses Power Director, and Ethan is able to use Final Cut Pro, which looks more professional. If we can teach Dakota to better edit his videos, he'll make great content. Trust me. I don't know why the stream cut out, but it seems like no one else is complaining about the same thing, so it may have just been your internet. I don't know. Hello? Oh, that's weird. I just got here. John Dory, X Holly, darling, do you agree? No. Didn't know you were going to stream. Yeah, that's incredibly annoying. I agree. I wonder what will be the peak of my career. I don't know. We don't know. No one ever knows what the peak of their career is going to be. In fact, I could easily be in a position where I may have peaked one time and I may peak other times, but I don't know yet. I already thought I already peaked this year. I have a question for Preston. Been waiting for the script to come out for our Zootopia 2 collab, so when will the script be done? Script will probably be done. Will probably be done mid-January. That way I can get it out by February. I'm gonna have to postpone it because I got a lot to deal with. My hatred, the Trolls Band Together fan in 2001 pretty much made me more known in this community. Yeah, that's fair. Thoughts on Remember the Name by Fort Minor. It's good. It's overplayed as fuck though. If that happens to me, it will be filled with excitement. Didn't realize you were in a different room. Yeah, I'm in my game room. Soon, it will look more professional because I will get a camera, I will get a microphone, I will get a new screen. So right now, think of it like this. Here's how I'm doing all this. I'm looking at this right now. This is how I've been answering the questions. I just pull my shit up on screen here, and I read all of this. And as a result, I go over all your questions. That's how I've been able to do it, but hopefully I can improve that. Eventually get a better setup. I can get a microphone and a new display thing. Maybe get a new PC sometime later, but I want to be able to start doing game recordings very similar to how Jack and Mark do all their stuff. Like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. I want to be able to do it like that. And I also want to be able to do things a lot more professionally by doing that. It's going to take a bit of time. I guarantee you, though, it's probably going to be finished around late next year, middle of the year next year, maybe late next year, right around fall of next year. I promise. Promise. King Preston, thank you, Joe. How tall are you? Why the fuck do you want to know my height? 5'8". What Pixar movie director would you love to work with? Anderson, Brad Bird, Pete Docter, or Lee Unkrich? Pete Docter. Thoughts on Careless Whisper? That's also overplayed, thanks to Deadpool. Fuck that, dude. How would you feel if we get Zootopia 3 by 2034? You know I'm gonna have my ass set there. Whether I star in the movie or I watch the movie and give it my critiques like I always do, I'm gonna be sad. And so help me God, more Wild Ops. Did you watch Clifford the Big Red Dog as a kid? Not fully. 6 Days on Christmas. If you had a superpower, what would you want? Teleportation. I already answered this. Season 5 and 8 have been out of stock since 2020. That fucking blows. Preston doesn't know they were in Expedition 33. I know, but I still haven't played that game, damn it. Thoughts on I Swear by All for One. What does that mean? I haven't even heard that song. Fuck's sake. Hi, Bootcamp. Is that a clove? No, it's a blanket. Because I just got my heat back. But sometimes I'm still chilly. Because I'm thin. What are your thoughts on the Zootopia Animal Pun movie parody posters? It's silly. Some of them are good puns. Others are like, really? Really? Like, really? And Bluey fan immediately does 6-7, of course. I'm not fucking surprised at all. I'm sorry. I'm not. Just please don't do it repeatedly. That's gonna get really annoying really fast. Again, I've said it before in the past. The 6-7 meme is not immediately the problem. It's when people do it repeatedly that it gets really annoying. In fact, that's a fucking brain in and of itself. There's a fan Zootopia animation called Savage Company, but there's only one episode. There's actually a Return to Zootopia movie that someone edited, directed, composed the music for. Like, he did all of that by himself. And it kicks ass. I like it. I recommend watching it. Whenever I watch this year's Game Awards, I don't know what it is. Okay. So I answered Mitchell's questions, Nicole's questions, James' questions, Wing Unicorn's questions, Zuma fans' questions, Ribbon's questions, Geek's questions, Weep's questions, Amazing 404's questions. I was just on Nick 2010's questions. I already said number 1. I said number 2. 2021 was the answer for that one. How old were you when you were first diagnosed with autism? I was about in 2nd grade, so about 8, maybe 9 years old when I discovered my autism. I've known about my autism for a really long time, and when I was in school, I had an 8 because I couldn't focus as much. My autism would have been a lot more noticeable when I was younger, because there were times that I couldn't sit. I was constantly taken out for therapy, and there were plenty of different things that I've said on private calls or whatever, where I talk about my therapy stuff, which include putting beads in clay, going through counting games or whatever. And it was always because I'm a little slow, and because of my autism, where your brain develops differently. You have to kind of learn differently, and you have to take many different avenues. Every time that I took a state test, I was constantly taken to another room and put in a room by myself, kind of similar to how I'm in a room by myself right now. Then I went on a New York trip, and I got lost, and my aide got fired. Then I tried a new aide. That aide was barely present, and I did the entirety of my 8th grade and my high school years by myself. And I learned to become more independent with time. I learned how to drive a car by myself. I learned how to go to college by myself and pass. I learned how to go through my high school and passed. I got part of 2 National Honor Societies. I was part of Phi Theta Kappa and Alpha Kappa Delta as the 2 main ones. Phi Theta Kappa was a Washington State thing that I did. BS, Washington State is in a different area of Ohio, not in actual Washington State. And then Alpha Kappa Delta was part of my major. It was a sociology honor society. So that's quite an achievement for someone like me. Hi, Weeb. Shadow. To be fair, Preston, when we were growing up, we had a lot of number games. You're right. Yes, you're right. Trolls 4 gets announced at CinemaCon next year. How would you deal if they do a parody of the Doomsday Cast announcements? They should. Stop asking questions like that. These are very specific, and they're very odd questions. Okay. So, I was about 8 or 9 when I discovered my autism. How do you feel about the 6-7 meme? I literally just explained it thanks to Bluey Fan. I don't hate the 6-7 meme by itself, but when it gets overexposed because so many people do it, I get pissed and mad because overexposure sucks no matter what it is. And I'm serious. No matter what it is. If you're overexposed to the same thing over and over again, people are going to get upset. Home Alone or Home Alone 2? I have not seen either. Thoughts on the Zootopia extended ending animation? I have not seen it. Do you think Jesse will ever return on StreamYard, since I want to apologize to him? If Jesse will be a big enough man to not leave the second you show up and hear what you say, then he should come back. And I'm willing to call out that when people are acting like cowards. I mean, I just did with Alex, because he's a dick. Because Alex is stupid and dumb. I noticed before you made that, you kind of, just a little bit. I noticed before you made that video when you graduated high school in May of 2020, how come earlier videos you said you were in college? So, this was a case of being able to do CCP, College Credit Plus. And as a result of College Credit Plus, I got to go to college at the same time I was going to high school. And I got my schedule worked around that. So, while I was going to high school and taking my choir and band classes, which I pretty much did not even as a class. I just did it because I loved it. I love choir and I love band. I'm a good singer that has more of a baritone voice rather than a tenor or a bass. Because I can get pretty good bass voice at times, but there are times when I can reach that falsetto. So I'm kind of a baritone in that sense. And then I loved playing band. I was crash cymbals from my 8th grade year all the way to my junior year, and then I became first chair snare in my senior year. But while I did choir and band, I did every other thing you were supposed to pass with your point system. Like, you were supposed to get a point in like English and math and all that other shit. I did all that at college. Like, I took chemistry and microbiology at college. I did my English stuff at college, and some of them were a pain in the ass. Like, one of them was like you had to write a 10-page APA paper and a 5-page MLA paper, which, good lord, that fucking sucked. It put me in tears, man. It was so much stress with the 10-page APA paper. Because APA citations and MLA citations, APA and MPA, MLA, whatever it is, the typical way you would do works cited in school, and then the American Psychological Association way of citing stuff. Those are different. So you have to do it differently. But in college, you have to write really long papers. So, and then I did college algebra in college. I also did college algebra math there. Got that point. I also was able to do foreign language at times. I did Spanish as a foreign language. So it was a lot of stuff, and hopefully I can go back to Washington State and get a transcript of all the classes that I took, and then I want to get my stuff from Kent State University and get its transcript, so I know what classes I took there, so I remember it. That way I can tell you guys more. Are you happy Trolls Fan Forever is becoming more open to other movies than just Trolls Inside Out and Wreck-It Ralph? Yes, I'm very happy of that. Really, I am. It's just she needs to let go of the influence of Alex. That's all she needs to do. Even if she just comes over here and gives her perspective and all that, I'd be more than happy to hear her perspective. That's all she needs to do. Just come here, be part of my community, get out of Alex's inner circle. That's all she needs to do. That's all Trolls Fan Forever needs to do in order to cement that growth. Especially since I found more proof that Trolls Fan Forever is in high school. I have it screenshotted, so I can't show you right now, but I will when we get to the Alex parade. I probably will in a different live stream, maybe. But it's definitive proof she's still in high school. What are your thoughts on pre-Spider-Verse Sony pictures when they released Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Hotel Transylvania? They were decent. Not the best, but they were decent. Did you hear Disney is using AI? Yes, and it sucks. Do you listen to Spotify? No, but I should. Will you rank all the episodes of B Goes On and Trollstopia from worst to best? Excuse me. I don't know if I'll do that in order. Maybe through like honorable mentions and stuff. Excuse me. But it's going to depend on how much of a demand people want of that. Because that is a tough order. Meanwhile, L.S. Mark with Simpsons and Family Guy, that's a lot of episodes. Like a lot of episodes that occurred across tens of seasons. Meanwhile, B Goes On and Trollstopia only have like 7 or 8 seasons. And they don't have that many episodes. So I could rank it. But it's going to depend on how many people request it. What's the hardest year of high school? People say junior year, which I'm a little worried about because that's the year I have to choose on an application for college depending on GPA. I think my sophomore year was the hardest year of high school. It was the year I went through a lot of emotional turmoil. Probably the worst emotional turmoil for that time. Then 2024 and 2025 came in, and that sucked. Thoughts on Instinct? It's going to be me. It's a meme. I like it, but it's a meme. Thoughts on Toy Story 3 Ultimate Ending Creepypasta? I haven't seen it, and I never will. Thoughts on Trolls Fan Forever saying she doesn't understand why Alex hates No Time to Die. Good on her to question such things, because you know that the only reason Alex is doing it is just to get back at other people. Is there an episode in Trollstopia that is worse than Prank Day and Creek Week? Nope. Creek Week is the worst that the 2D troll shows ever get. Creek Week is the worst, period. Prank Day is more annoying bad, so I gave it more of a bronze instead of a 0, but whatever. Thoughts on Alex's Trolls Band Together and Inside Out 2 reviews? You'll find that out in the Alex video. Yes, I know. Mitchell, you were literally on live stream. You showed me that footage. How could you not? How do you asking me, do I know that? Yes, I know. You showed me that trailer. Anyway. So, CCP, the College Credit Plus. It took college stuff at the same time that I was doing high school. As a result of College Credit Plus, within my high school year of graduation, I got my high school degree and I got my associate's degree in a liberal arts transfer. And then when I went off to a 4-year institution, Kent State University, I only had to go for 2 years. And I saved thousands upon thousands of dollars. So that's how. And speaking of Nick Hicks, we're now on to his questions. Jaden and PFF drama is over. Good. There is a Trolls Band Together comic. Please stop with those informants. I'm getting sick of these really specific questions. Canadian Ribbon asked the same thing, Zuma fan. Watch Welcome to Derry. And I said, I have not, but I have heard great things about it. Do you think you can invite people on StreamYard again? Maybe in the next one. Because I will get to the next one, which is the Goodbye 2025 video. But not this one, because this one was more about just, I answer questions, I answer your questions, I give you my, you ask me questions, I give you my answers. And we do this again and again, repeatedly. Yes, I know Alex hates Fantastic Four 2025 to defend Smurfs 2025. I've already said in a community post how much I fucking hate that. Don't hate a product just to defend another one. That's fucking stupid and you know it. It is such a stupid tactic. It's a dumb tactic. I don't know what you're going to get out of it. It just makes you look like a moron. Alright, and now Nick Hicks questions. And these are the last ones. And then I'll go in order and then I'll finish up. Maybe answer a few here and then we'll finish up. What is your thought on the live-action Moana teaser? It's gonna suck. I have a feeling it's gonna suck. Because almost every remake has sucked. What is your thought on people saying Avatar Fire and Ash is woke? It's dumb. Like, it just seems like more people are saying, oh, I'm calling it woke because, you know, we had to include a bunch of political shit in there. Like, I've already explained it in your live stream earlier. Like, I was like, there's so many times where people have overused and abused the word woke so many times that as a result, whenever I hear it, I feel like, oh, I'm not going to take you seriously. If you're going to tell me a movie is bad, well, just tell me a movie is bad without saying it's woke. Because then I can actually trust your judgment. And you're not some fucking right-winger, left-winger bitching about political bullshit. Trollsman Forever says Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken is the Trollsman together of DreamWorks Animation. What does that even mean? Like it's good or what? To make it stupid? Have you heard about the Animal Farm trailer? No. No, I haven't. Is the Turning Red of DreamWorks Animation? Again, I don't know what that means. Did she like Turning Red or did she not? The Animal Farm movie is disrespectful towards the book, which talks about war. Are we talking about? Are we talking about the 2026 Animal Farm that is disrespectful about that? Because Animal Farm is supposed to be a movie that's kind of a nudge. Wait, no. That's 1984. Okay. Alex, Gwen Stacy is woke because she's too powerful. Exactly. Like, that's the kind of thing. It's like, when Alex used the word woke to describe Gwen Stacy, I knew for a fact that the primary reason he did that was because it was an empowering female character that he doesn't like. So now I just feel like whenever he says, oh, well, so that thing is woke, I'm like, you're just using it because you don't like it. Because it is an empowering character that you don't like. It is a female character that you don't like. It is this character, this movie that you just don't like. Like, just face it, guys. You should never take Alex seriously again. Ever. He is a delusional little man. Have you listened to Dream as One by Miley Cyrus from Fire and Ash? I have not. Maybe I'll give it a listen. Alright. So, thoughts on Tony. He's a fucking sycophant. He's a fucking sycophant. Tony is a fucking sycophant. That is what he is. We don't trust Branch Troll's judgment either, honestly. Canceling my AI cringe-a-thon, do more Trolls fan together cringe-a-thons inside. Cool. Looking forward to see Bella Ramsey in Animal Farm mode. Okay. I did a GIF on you doing the 6'7" joke with the arms. Oh, fuck you, Ribbon. Really? Fuck you, dude. Okay, let's go down the list again. Thoughts on Charlie Cox? I like him. I really like him. Do you have plans on playing Claire Obscura Exposition 33? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Any favorite Charlie Cox media that's not Daredevil? No, I don't have any. Best moments of 2025. Camping trip, two camping trips, and Zootopia 2. If you were any type of dog breed, what would you be? A German Shepherd. What is the worst movie you've ever seen? Fan 4 Stick. Do you think there will be Fan 4 Stick so far? Do you think there will be any more Trolls movies in the future? I hope so. If so, what do you hope to see? More Poppy backstory, Broppy stuff. Honestly, I don't know. There's not exactly that much left to do with the franchise. Favorite live stream you've ever done? If I had to include favorite live streams, plural, some of them are the Alex ones because a lot of people really like those. What is your favorite artist as of recently? Ed Sheeran and Justin Timberlake. If you could be any genre of trolls, what would you be? A pop troll. Favorite video you made can be from any year. My favorite video, viewership-wise, is Gem Day. My favorite full-on video is Trolls The Beat Goes On versus Trollstopia. But that's a really tough one to call. I got plenty of good ones. Got any favorite characters? If so, which ones? Can be from any movie or show. I like Judy Hopps. I like Poppy. I like a lot of positive characters. I like positive characters that are resilient and strong. What's your perfect life? It's hard to really describe a full-on perfect life, but if I wanted to go ideal, I'd become an actor and a YouTuber as a full-time job. I would love to star in big movies. I would love to be able to provide for my family and really change up what it means to be a celebrity. You know, because people have their weird ways of seeing celebrities. They kind of scorn the idea of celebrities having money and shit. Like, they love the celebrities for the products they star in and their voices, but they don't ever really like fully know a celebrity as a person. You can watch that part where I talk about the celebrity thing before Geek is all like, I agree with your sentiment, for more thoughts. The Grammys only nominated Dispatch for Best Indie Game and nothing else. What are your thoughts? That's fine by me. Have you seen It, Welcome to Derry yet? No, but I've heard good things about it and I want to watch it, since I'm a horror fan. What is your pick for Best Picture before the Golden Globes nomination announcement? I don't know. I don't think I have one. When did you really feel like your channel was becoming big? Between the Paw Patrol era and the Trolls era. What was your favorite point in your history of YouTube? With 2021 with the Paralleling Copy series. But I hope that 2026 will be a better year, and from there it'll keep going and get better. What is your favorite thing you've ever reviewed? My favorite thing that I ever reviewed, again, Trollstopia versus Beat Goes On, though I really like Gem Day for viewership, and I like the Paralleling Copy series as a series. What are you thinking of doing a re-review of Trollstopia? What is your favorite animation studio? If I had to really think about it, Pixar. What is your favorite spin-off film series? I don't have one. What is your favorite Trolls character? Poppy. What is your personal favorite video made by Paw Xbox? The Starcatcher video. That's a fun one. Since you like Dispatch, have you actually played the game or just watched videos about the game? I just watched videos. Will you join in Alejandro's streams again? Maybe if he gets better. He just needs to improve that trolls coming in showing their you-know-what, which is really frustrating. Try your best to follow the rules. Even if you have to send links to be able to have people join, do it via sending it to their official profiles, like their Instagram, their Discord, and all that. Please do that, because that guarantees that the troll doesn't get access via the YouTube link. You know what I mean? Then you are sure that you have the right people. But also try the safe word thing and give people different safe words each time. Like, one person does not get, two people do not get the same safe word. Have you played the Injustice game? Like, with all that, I think Alejandro can improve. And from there, maybe he'll get better. Have you played the Injustice games? I did play one Injustice game, but I mainly stick to Mortal Kombat. Are you sad that Trolls The Beat Goes On is removed from Netflix? I'm more sad that Trolls The Beat Goes On had moments where where half the series did not get put on a DVD or Blu-ray, and as a result, some of those seasons are lost media, unless you pirate it. Are you looking forward to the Paw Patrol the Dino movie? I look forward to it enough. If you had to pick a great year for your YouTube channel, which year is your favorite? 2021. How old were you when you were first diagnosed with autism? Around my second grade, third grade year, so I was about 8 or 9. How do you feel about the 6'7" meme? The 6'7" meme itself is not a problem, but whenever 6'7" meme is repeated over and over again, it gets really annoying and I hate it. Especially because it's a brain rot that doesn't have anything to do with anything. I noticed before you made that video when you graduated high school in May of 2020, how come earlier videos you said you were in college? Because I took College Credit Plus, in which I was able to do college classes at the same time I was doing high school classes. And as a result, I saved thousands upon thousands of dollars because I got to get my high school degree and my associate's degree at the same time. I also got to go to a 4-year institution for only 2 years, and I got to be part of 2 National Honor Societies. What is your thoughts on the live-action Moana teaser? I am not hopeful about it. I think it's going to suck. Have you listened to Dream as One by Miley Cyrus from Fire and Ash? No, but I'll give it a listen. That's all of them. Oh, God, my throat itches. My throat hurts. Well, let's go ahead and answer a couple of these before I call it quits. What are your thoughts on slapstick humor? Nostalgia Critics Why is Tom and Jerry So Good video will tell you everything you need to know about it. But slapstick humor, when it's timed right and everything, is done really well. That sucks, Nick. I'm sorry. Do you think Poppert is a better twist villain than Bellwether? Yes. Will you call Child Protective Services on Tony for allowing his two sons to watch Alex's content? No, I'm just going to ridicule Tony as a bad father. Since you are a huge Ed Sheeran fan, have you ever listened to Icy Fire from The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug? I haven't even seen the Hobbit films yet, but maybe I'll listen to that Ed Sheeran song at some point. Are you disappointed we didn't get a third Trolls Holiday special? Not really. If they do one, then fine. If they don't, then fine. How would you feel if Trolls 4 is titled... I'm skipping that. People forgot to call the 2021 Smurfs TV show woke because Smurf is no longer the damsel in distress. That's fucking stupid. Why is Zootopia so popular? Do research. You'll find out. But if I had to sum it up easily, technological achievements with the world and the animal designs and everything like that. Judy and Nick as characters because they have really, really, really good chemistry together. And it has a really good... and it does the prejudice thing really good, too. Home Alone mentions the 6'7" meme. Whatever. What the heck? Thoughts on Alex calling one of the characters of the 2017 9/11 movie ugly? I don't care. You know he only calls them ugly because, you know, he has to have a big standard. Like, Vanellope is the top priority, or Viva is the priority blonde character. That every other blonde is a rip-off of her. And so on, and so on, and so on. It's annoying. You know the patterns coming out. Thoughts on what Alex said about Jon Favreau? He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. That's why. Ed Sheeran also did a song from Drive. That's cool. Ribbon, if you keep that up, I am banning you from the collab. Zootopia 2 is way better than Shrek the Third. Duh. Thoughts on Alex calling Hank from Finding Dory hot? It's weird. Because, you know, Hank is an octopus. But I don't want to even go there. Anyway. Due to Zootopia's director's cut will be next year. Oh, that's cool. Lovely. Have you been to Disneyland or Disney World? Yes, I've been to Disney World for a band trip. I have not been to Disneyland, because that's in California. But I have been to Disney World because a band trip took us to Florida. And man, was that fun. The Avatar ride at Disney World was bitchin'. I love that ride so much. I love that ride. I also loved the Aerosmith ride. I also really loved so much of those rides. I think I got over a good portion of my roller coaster fear through Disney World. 8-9. Shut up. The Bad Guys 2 is way better than Ice Age Collision Course. No shit. Thoughts on Scoop 2020? It's just kind of decent. It's okay. I don't really care about it. Favorite type of pizza? Pepperoni. Always. Without any stretch of the imagination. Thoughts on AI music covers? I like the queso music covers. They're funny. But usually I don't like the AI music covers. I don't really like AI in general. I literally tried to watch a bunch of Wild Hops AI stuff and I noticed mistakes left and right. Oh, I will 1,000,000% do impressions of Daredevil. 100%. Thoughts on Alex's Zootopia 2 review? It pissed me off in some way. In fact, that was what I alluded to when I said lazy content. I'm tired of lazy content getting promoted. I was referring to his video. Because the fact that his stupid fucking review got more viewership than my live stream, my early reaction live stream is pure bullshit. Thoughts on Sora AI? It's kind of dumb. I don't really like Sora AI that much. Especially because you could find some of the cutest shit all over Facebook, and yet Sora AI just makes it seem like, oh, well, it's real. And it's like, you doubt yourself. You are unable to tell whether it's AI or not. What's your worst animated movies of all time? Oh, no. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to really think about that question next time. Netflix removing all of the DreamWorks shows. Why? 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 Trolls Band Together director cut. I'm putting Anya Taylor-Joy to play Velvet instead of replacing the show. Nice. That is a good decision. I did not know that. Maybe I'll check it out. You wish Bellwether got a redemption arc. He's fucking stupid. We've already addressed this. He's dumb. What is better, Cartoon Network or Adult Swim? Cartoon Network. There aren't that many Adult Swim shows that are like top tier shows. What about Food Fight? That's definitely the worst animated movie ever. I mean, yeah, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. And I have a feeling I'm going to hate it. Zootopia 2 or Shrek 2? I need to watch Shrek 2 and form an opinion and see. But by default, I'm already choosing Zootopia 2 right now. I'll do a couple more and then I'll stop because my throat hurts from talking for an hour straight. What we on about now? Just answering questions here, essentially. I already answered all the questions through the community tab post, and I will respond to each of them via text as well at some point. Thrash giving the middle finger and Holiday in Harmony. It's a fine joke. Alex review just spoils the twist villain, which is stupid. Do you think that the man is inconsistent about spoilers? Bad Guys 2 or Ice Age 2? I haven't seen Ice Age. If I had to choose, I would say Bad Guys 2. Quality-wise, I'd say Bad Guys 2. Do you actually hate the two funny numbers meme? I mean, if it said like one time, I don't get pissed off. If it said one time, I'm not pissed off or mad or whatever. But if it's said repeatedly, I do get annoyed. Last but not least, if there's any other voice impressions you want to do besides Daredevil and Nick Wilde, how would you like to do one? Jackson Maine from 2018 Star is Born. Yes, Mitchell, you got it. You got me sold. I will absolutely do Jackson Maine. 100%, dude. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Poppy, who are you, Alex? Well, I'm your future husband, not that stupid branch boy. Ew, no. Poppy slaps him with this. That's funny. Even though I don't think Alex would ever try to insert himself with Poppy. If you did Vanellope, that would be right. Why has Zootopia become memes? I don't know what you're talking about. Buddy. Thoughts on Letterboxd letting people review movies that aren't out yet? I've already complained about this in live streams before. It's dumb. I won't be mad if Alex changes his opinion on the Avatar movie because of Harry Thomas. Oh, boy. I forgot all about that for a second. I forgot that was a legit possibility. But we've already established he's stupid. I don't know how much more clear I can get other than Alex is just stupid. Hello, Mech Guy. Zootopia is more popular than Shrek and Ice Age. Duh. Of course it is. Thoughts on Aladdin 2019? Inferior to the original. There you go. I'll do, like, impressions on Terminator. No, I can't do Terminator. I don't know if I'll be able to do Terminator exactly. Ribbon said, JK. Alex, when his name is on the Epstein files. Good God. That'd be crazy as fuck. What are your thoughts on Chris Pratt as Mario? It's star power casting. It's not great, but it's alright. How would you rate Aladdin 2019? 3. Okay, I'll do a couple more after this, and then we're done. Did you see the billboard of SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants? You guys are responding really fast. Movie Search for SquarePants, what do you think? I did see the advertising, and it just gives me unfortunate implications because it looks inappropriate at times. A kids movie. Thoughts on Tony saying Alex has the right to hate the Oscars? I've already said it in a comment that I responded to you about. It wasn't Alex hating the Oscars that pissed me off. It was Alex hating the Oscars because he got butthurt that Inside Out 2 didn't win over Flow, and how he got prejudiced towards independent movies and said he was sticking to mainstream movies, and that he was going to stick to his own ranking system because he's a baby. That's what pissed people off. Like, he's a fucking stupid idiot. Not even funny. Oh, that's cool, Nick. Here's my real last question. How about a voice on Hiccup? Maybe. That's a good idea. Simpsons or Family Guy? I haven't seen Simpsons. Yes, shocker. The guy who's late to every fucking entertainment thing has not seen Simpsons. But I will. Maybe. There's a lot of episodes. I usually am not someone who watches something that takes a ridiculous amount of episodes to get through. Simpsons will keep going even if they have to prod it back to life. Prod its dead corpse back to life. Schreger Zootopia. I think Zootopia, but I don't know. Watch Fire and Ash. It was awesome. Good for you, okay? Have you seen Zootopia Plus? Yes. I watched Zootopia Plus and the original before watching Zootopia 2. AMC, Cinemark, Regal, or Showcase? When I was younger, I'd prefer Cinemark. But now I probably prefer Regal. The reason why Netflix is removing is of Netflix losing their license deal. Got it. Good God. Big guy, SpongeBob, big guy. What is that? Critics, animation is only for kids. Invincible and others. Hold my beer. Exactly. Exactly. All right, I gotta go and peace out. Have a great night. And search for inappropriate pants is just a brain rot. Damn it. See ya, Nick. Preston, I hope I'll see you again soon. You sure will, Nick. Right then, dude. Catch you another time. Bye, Mitchell. How would you feel if Cloud Guy apologizes to Branch? If it's sincere, then I'll accept it. Last question. What are your actual thoughts on Bluey? I love Bluey. Best kids show ever, honestly. It's up there with Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's my favorite kids show. Period. You'll know. Just watch the Toon Discussions episode for Bluey, and you'll get my thoughts fully. But maybe I'll do a Bluey review going into the Bluey movie in 2027. That's going to mean postponing it to 2027 now. Don't worry, Preston. I'm also missing out on some stuff too. For example, I've never seen the How to Train Your Dragon movies. Bud. Get on it. Get on it, buddy. Get on it. What better show based on a popular movie, Zootopia Plus or Shrek Girls? I don't know. That's a tough one. I still give it Zootopia Plus. If Rotten Tomatoes never gave Cuties positive reviews, would you trust them? I'd trust them more, but I wouldn't fully. Because Rotten Tomatoes is subjective. And critics have always been in a position where they've defied audiences. And sometimes audiences will write. compared to critics. Sometimes critics were right compared to audiences. Who knows? You never know because it's all subjective. Critics are people just like the audiences. Gotta go. See you on the next stream. Bye, Bluefin. One more question. Okay, Implement. Give me the last question. Bye, Ozzy. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to timestamp that so you all can skip it. Sorry about that. Yes, I'm here. I'm willing to answer this last question. I just had a call with my mother about Christmas stuff. Because we're fucking 6 days away from Christmas now. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I'm in a position of like, I'm kind of mid about it. Like I'm not exactly the most jolly, but you know, I'm happy to end the year at least. This year has sucked. So, informant, please ask the question. I want to get this over with. My throat hurts. I've been talking for nearly an hour and a half. If informant is even here to ask the question. Come on, ask the question, please. Please, I'm tired. I'm tired, my throat hurts. Please just ask the question. I want to get this over with. Alex, Cuties is not rewatchable. Ha! That's a funny one. Because that's how he judges what movies are good nowadays. Do they have rewatch value? And yeah, I mean, he's not entirely wrong about that, but his version of rewatchable is stupid. Is my informant even here? Is DWA fan 1995? Are they even here? Because I'm not going to sit here forever waiting on them. Because my throat hurts. I've been talking for an hour straight, answering your questions. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to wait, but I don't know. That's not the right one. This one. Okay. Oops. But tell me, since I'm waiting on my fucking informant, tell me, what are you guys most excited for next year? Fuck that. Thank you all for coming to this stream. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.